Spurge here with RevZilla to welcome you to how to size and buy motorcycle boots. Now in this video, we're going to walk you through all the different types of motorcycle boots that are available, as well as how to determine the right fit for your feet and riding style. As we work our way through this video, it's important to note that boots provide the biggest challenge when it comes to sizing. And our goal is really going to be to give you an idea of what to look for as you're shopping for your new pair of motorcycle boots. Now, motorcycle boots are available at a wide variety of price points across the board, and while a price might dictate the materials that a boot is made from and subsequently how comfortable it is, it doesn't necessarily dictate how protective a pair of boots will be. And when we talk about protection within motorcycle boots, we're talking about everything from crush protection to torsional bracing to protection from the elements. And while we'll generally touch on some loose themes of protection throughout the video, it's going to be important for you to check out an individual product page for the pair of boots you're considering to see how protective they'll be, as well as to get any inconsistencies on sizing that may occur. Now, when we're talking about motorcycle boots, they're manufactured from a wide variety of different materials: mesh, leather, textile, rubber, plastic, and that's really just to name a few. Now, the type of materials that a pair of boots is made from is really going to be determined by the intended use of those specific boots. So let's get things started by talking about the type of motorcycle boots that are available for you to choose from. So we're going to kick things off today by talking about street boots, and that's because street boots are probably the most popular option available. Now, some of the pros of street boots is that there are going to be a wide variety of different styles and materials to choose from. You're also looking at a pair of boots that does a really good job of blending both comfort as well as protection, and these are going to be great as an everyday wear option. There's even some waterproof options available for you to choose from. Some of the cons, however, are going to be the fact that these are not going to be as protective as a sport track option. You're not going to have the same level of crush protection. There's typically not torsional bracing available, and you're looking at a boot that's not going to give you that same height for maximum coverage area. The other issue is that you're going to be working with laces in a lot of cases, which can get caught up in moving parts. So if you want to consider a boot that's going to maximize protection, let's take a look at sport track boots. And a lot of the technology that we're going to have derived here is going to be coming directly from the MotoGP grid. So these are going to be some of the most advanced boots available for those of you riding on the street or the racetrack. Now, some of the pros of sport and track boots is that they are going to be maximized protection. A lot of times you're seeing full torsional bracing within these boots, yet it does so in a way that still allows for great flexibility as well as tactile feedback when you're working the controls. You're also going to see in a lot of cases replaceable hard parts, so as you begin to wear them out, you can swap them out with new options without having to replace the entire boot. Some of the cons of sport and track boots is that you're not going to have a lot of casual options available, and these really aren't designed for all-day comfort and use. The other part is that all the research and design that goes into them comes at a cost. So for those of you that are looking for more of a blend of some of the protection you're seeing here, but with more all-day comfort thrown in, let's take a look at touring boots. And these are really focused on riders that spend long days in the saddle. Some of the pros of touring boots is they do a really good job of blending both comfort as well as protection. And when we talk about comfort, we're talking about all-day comfort, both on and off the motorcycle. You're looking at boots that will offer weather protection in the form of waterproofing, mesh, as well as perforation, so you can really pick and choose how you want to combat whatever weather you might need to tackle. And you're also going to have options for both mid-height as well as full-height boots, so you can figure out which ones work best for you and your riding style. Now, some of the cons of touring boots are going to be the fact that you don't have a lot of options for torsional bracing for protection the way we saw with the sport and track boot options, and you're not going to see much variety in style. A lot of the boots in this category are going to look the same. So for those of you out there that want a little more color to your world of boots, or perhaps you just don't ride on the street, let's take a look at dirt boots. So our fourth option today are going to be boots designed for folks riding primarily off-road, and they're going to maximize protection over everything else. And that's actually our first pro for these boots, is that it is maximum protection for both your feet, your shins, your ankles. These are going to be pretty much the beefiest boots available for you to choose from. You're also looking at boots that are primarily only available in a full height option, and there is no shortage of wild colors and graphics for you to choose. Some of the cons of dirt boots, however, is that they're not going to be designed for comfort once you're off the motorcycle. These are extremely stiff and rigid boots. The other thing is that realistically, there's not too many options available for waterproof protection. Now, for those of you out there that are splitting your time riding both on-road and off-road, let's take a look at our final option today, and that will be adventure boots. And these are really aimed at folks that are splitting their time riding bikes both on and off-road within the same trip. Now, the pros that you'd see with adventure boots are they do a really good job of marrying the protection of dirt boots with the comfort of touring boots. You're going to have options for inclement weather, and you're going to have a robust off-road styling. However, the cons here, and the first con is very similar to the pros, it is a compromised boot. You're looking at a boot that's not going to be as comfortable in the street as a full touring boot would be, and it's not going to be protective off-road as a full dirt bike boot would be. And when it comes to that styling that we were talking about, really you're going to be limited to a very specific style, and if you don't like that style, well, you're pretty much out of luck. Once you've narrowed down the style boot you're looking for, it's time to determine the correct size. And the most accepted way of doing this is by using a branding device. But a branding device isn't something we typically have lying around the house. However, you can usually find one in the shoe department of your local mall or sporting goods store. Now, what I found is that typically once I know my size in a major manufacturer's pair of boots, I pretty much run the same size across the board for all motorcycle boots. That being said, there are some inconsistencies, and every now and then we'll find a pair of boots that tends to run a little bit large or a little bit small, or wide or narrow. And if we notice this, we'll do our best to incorporate that information onto the product page or in the product video. So please make sure you're checking out those resources for the boots you're considering. Now at this point, you should have a pair of boots that matches up with your riding style as well as your fitment preferences. We are always going to recommend that when they show up, walk around your house, wear the boots, and make sure that they fit you comfortably. But keep in consideration what the materials are that the boots are made from. For example, a pair of leather lace-up boots will break in and get more comfortable over time, but a full textile option with a lot of TPR and TPU will fit relatively the same the day you take them out of the box, regardless of how many times you ride them. Now, the one thing you can't do is go out and ride in those boots until you are 100% sure that they fit you correctly. If you're happy with your boots and you don't feel any discomfort, congratulations, you just found your newest pair of motorcycle boots. If not, just keep in mind that our Gear Geeks are avid motorcyclists who are trained to make sure that you find the right gear for your rides. They can build a recommendation for you based on your style and size preferences, all while keeping your price and safety considerations in mind. You can reach out to our Gear Geeks at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot an email over to cs@RevZilla.com. I want to thank you for joining us for this look at how to size and buy motorcycle boots. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.